and see if we can get an easy win to kick the ball rolling.
Looks like they're bringing a pretty gun-heavy attack squad with Ash, Twitch, and IQ coming in, and even Sledge. This should be a pretty aggressive attack.
Yeah, 2 3-speed operators. Twitch also very, very aggressive and quick to mobile. A lot of straight-up gun power in that lineup, more than it is gadgets. Just with Ash, with IQ, with Twitch, it is just straight up, hey, let's just shoot people's faces off. See whether or not they can make it stick.
We'll see if maybe we'll get some gadget usage as well, trying to find some of the electronics.
Oh. Supremacy's defense, they are bringing Pulse and Smoke to the table, who can become incredibly strong when defending this bottom level.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused
because of the small, tight spaces that it generates. Smoke immediately heading on upstairs to do a couple of the reinforcements in the meeting hall to get his armor a little bit later on, and then the team will come up and join him. We've seen a couple of squads now with some interesting strategies for defending this map and defending this basement, in which they will play inside meeting hall, crack these trapdoors, and then drop down into below if needed. But they will generally bring a very different set of operators up to the table to do exactly that.
It's always a little dangerous in opening up trapdoors for the enemy to use if your roamers fall, of course. Those not being the most critical compared to the laundry one.
Yeah, doesn't give the most sightline down below, so it is just really there for dropping through, and so cracking that one open is not too bad for the defensive squad, and that's exactly what they've done. And then reinforce the other one into the basement. So Zephyr's still up top, but is going up into the back tower. It's also, however, got Bibu still up top, dropping into meeting hall, and Pulse is in armory. So we've got a couple of Supremacy players just hanging around and possibly catching people off guard.
See that Pulse upstairs there? He might be trying to catch them going into that garage. Maybe shoot through the floor a little.
Yeah, we've got Primal here cracking open the back tower as he now looks for his drone, is trying to find Zephyr. He has found Zephyr on the drone. Zephyr now very much pinned in that spot and does get down the stairs while that drone is just staring straight at him. Tries to juke it back up again. Doesn't realize that he got spotted once more. Now knows that he's pinned out, so has to use this crawl hold to get to safety. Sledge will not realize that that was there until he gets closer inside.
Well, that might be the thing that makes the difference here.
Yeah, especially if he's going to drop to this window, and that's going to give himself away.
Oh!
Nice and easy shot from Zephyr. Now he thought he was hidden in the corner, but got on his drone too soon, and Sledge is down. Zephyr with a quick kill and the first one of the round for Supremacy. Now Sangro here in armory, as you mentioned. Could be looking down for players underneath him.
These drones are just getting away free.
Yeah. Drones head on out, but drones can't kill you, so as long as he lands the shots on the killers that are coming his way, you can let the drone go a little bit. He's got the barbed wire there to stop him. Now we've got Skyline coming in the front door. We've got Stiff underneath him. We've got Stasio up the far end. The only player not accounted for is Lion, and he's in meeting hall, so he is not an issue for Pulse. What he might be an issue for, though, is Zephyr, who is still right above his head. Sangro is still cautious, looking with that heartbeat sensor down through the floor. Skyline is blowing the thermite charge inside the lobby because they know they're safe from Pulse pushing down. Skyline just missing that shot would have been a prime opportunity.
It's unfortunate he wasn't able to take him out before that detonation happened.
No, Stiff though getting up for a kill on Raphael as he heads down into the basement, but he's downed himself. Now Skyline looking to peek around, tags Pulse a little way, but takes more damage himself. The 2-mid gets Lion as he tries to come down and cover the reviving Stiff. Sangro now on the same health as Skylines. Both of them are taking a lot of damage. Stiff and Stasio right underneath these shots here. Get away with it though. Stasio's round, and Skyline's now flanked by Bibu. Through the hole in the floor, Sangro is trying to find one more, and he finds Stiff, but Stiff's already so low that Sangro gets the kill. Stasio is now the only remaining member of Epsilon alive. He has the diffuser and he's in the bomb site, but he's completely surrounded. Gets a 2-mid, but stops firing before Bibu comes around the corner. Bibu gets the kill, and Supremacy get round number 1, and are looking good.
It was definitely a close one at the end there, but not being prepared for that follow-up shot definitely cost him his life.
Epsilon just didn't seem prepared for that many Romans at all in this game.
And then droning them out but letting them live, you know, not being prepared to actually follow that up, I think cost them a little. You know, they drone and then the guys move. They can't really do anything about it. Definitely costly.
So now it's time then for Epsilon to try and defend the same site. They are running a double 3 armor setup in Cap Cannon Rook. They're also running Frost. I suspect we're going to see a more static defense from them because of it. I think we're going to see a lot more of them staying downstairs, staying inside the bomb site.
I think there's another one where that trap can pay off, especially on the construction side, as there's a lot of these spots where you kind of have to push fast. You have to make that run through, and there's really bad angles trying to take out the box. So I expect we may see a little bit of slowdown on this construction site from that if they decide to push over there.
Up they go. Primal, of course, has done a bunch of cameras to begin without doing any reinforces. Got to get that out with speed. Then we'll reinforce this one trapdoor in meeting. Skyline putting a couple of traps up here in the lobby, actually, one on either side of these sandbags. Slightly new, out-of-the-way spots. That is the trick to making these traps work. Rarely these days will you put a trap in a place where you can then easily kill the guy afterwards. You just got to do it where it pushes someone into a inopportune position when it comes to reviving that downed player.
Yeah, as long as you're able to follow it up, put a little pressure on where that trap's at, either bait him or kill him. Put it too far away, of course, and you can't do a whole lot about it. I'm still surprised they didn't save one for the classic bomb plant spot down there.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Primal now will head on upstairs while the rest of his team stay down on the floor below. Does get caught by a drone, kills it off with ease, and now heads into the corridor though. Try and stay a bit safer the way he sits.
See if Ash is going to find her up here. Knows that Valkyrie's up there, but not where at this point.
Yeah, showed him in the vicinity, but gotta track a little bit further. Sangle's drone has gone and found exactly where Primal's sitting right now, so now Bibu knows he's just got to stay here and watch this corner, but Rafael has picked up a kill on Lion further out on the far side as Rafael is in armory, but Bibu was there and ready for Primal.
That's why the drone helps.
Yep. As soon as they droned him in there, then they sent a drone up the stairs, he just walked over the top of it, and they were just forcing him to run into Bibu's crosshairs. And Bibu was ready and waiting for it. And everyone doing the same thing and being very predictable from Epsilon. So, oh, I'm going to drone you, you're going to run straight this way. Oh, this is not good. Epsilon has lost stiff, so now they're in a 2 versus 5. Too far in the round for them to get a reset, so they have to play this one out. The 2 players they do have are still downstairs in the basement, though.
You see the drones coming out here. They're going to get ready for that push, and the Capcan kills himself. I guess you got to be careful.
Oh, it's because Capcan left, sorry. Yes, Atomic was the thermite, but because the Capcan technically disconnected, there was no player attached to that charge anymore. So it does go across the stiff. So despite disconnecting, he's being an impact here.
Yeah. Got to feel good about that.
Yep, yeah, it's got to be something. So it is 2v4 now. Starzio checking these back stairs as Rafael is looking to come down it. Grenades come down towards Skyline. He dodges away as it kills out the barbed wire. He sees another one come down and tries to dodge away from that again. Does so successfully as Starzio gets 1 kill, looks for the kill. He does get Sangrel. Now it's a 2v2. Bibu coming down the front as he reloading, and he gets Bibu. Skyline, that's huge. Suddenly it's now Blackbeard against 2. Starzio gets comfortably to fall back in the corridor. They know they've got the diffuser at the front. They know where Blackbeard is. He has to push into 2 of them. Starzio gets himself behind this deployable shield now. He's got 2 bits of barbed wire to edge through.
He's got to be giving away his push right now.
Yeah, they know exactly where he is, and that's beautiful. Starzio right through the tiny, small gap. Epsilon going to be really happy with getting that win. Going from a 2v5 situation after losing a player to successfully winning the round with a little bit of help from the disconnected Capcan, but more importantly from really good play by the 2 remaining defenders downstairs in the basement.
I think they did a really good job covering both sides, you know, making sure they didn't get sandwiched there. When you only have 2 guys left, if either one of them falls, that side that's pushing pretty much just crushes whoever's left.
Yeah, so we're of course going to, we were going to back on out to reset the game. However, Stiff actually managed to reconnect, but only after his teammate had already gone. So we are going to have to reset the lobby all the same. So we're going to run to a short 3-minute commercial break while we get this lobby remade, get the players back in, get them funneling back through and get onto the map again. But thankfully, it's nice and easy to follow at 1 round apiece, because Epsilon went huge at the end there to secure themselves their first defense. So now both teams are going to come back. They're going to switch it back up to the start. Supremacy will be on defense, and of course, are going to go to a different bomb site. I suspect the kids in the dorms main hall upstairs, but they can still switch it around. We have something else, how we have seen some teams try and do in the past. So we'll see you in just a moment with continuation of this game. Welcome back then, ladies and gentlemen. We have all 10 players back in the lobby. The game is loading back up. Let's continue as we were before. 1 round apiece then between Epsilon and Supremacy. Neither team can defend the basement level for this round, so let's see where they choose to go.
Should change things up a little.
Yeah, it will be Supremacy on defense. Now, I must admit, I gotta give this just straight on those first 2 rounds over to Supremacy. Sheerly for their firefight prowess. Like, Bibu was on point in that last round. Rafael, the same thing with Twitch. Just 2 or 3 bullets out of their weapons were landing quick and easy headshots. And that gave them the score. But yes, Epsilon then in the basement used their shotguns, used that MP5 very well to get that 1-1 scoreline we have. But when you're in a big, open, spread out bomb site like these dorms all are, it's a bit harder to use the shotguns the way that Epsilon did.
Well, we need to see Epsilon really pulling out the guns here with the same gun-heavy lineup they were using previously.
Oh, never mind. We're not going to see that.
Not as gun-heavy now.
No, definitely not as gun heavy when you're 2 players down, so it looks like we're going to have the same issue over again, ladies and gentlemen. We will run to another short commercial break and find out what's going on with these players. Of course, we do have a limit on how many times these players can disconnect and force remakes before we have to start instilling punishments on them. We're not anywhere close to it yet, but I sincerely hope we don't have to get to that point because of how much is on stake.
We're just
with
building up the suspense at this point. Start with a 1-1 and then delay.
Just show you a tease of each team playing. Just give you a little hint and then just take it away every now and then.
Place your bets while you still got time, right?
Yes, so Epsilon clearly having some issues. Hopefully they will be sorted out soon. We're going to back away again, talk to our admins, talk to the players, figure out what's going on and try and get this to run out smoothly. And yeah, all we can do is apologize right now until we know what's happening. See you in a moment, guys. We'll hopefully have the game ready soon.
It started again.
Tell me.
A new program, Iron Hand. It's even worse than before.
My God, that's Jason Bourne. I know everything. He has to be put down.
The next bullet's in your head!
Rated PG-13.
Jason Bourne.
He's back.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Just in time for everyone to get in the lobby. There we go. Supremacy defense, Epsilon attack. Go. Crush your fingers, ladies and gentlemen. As it is, Epsilon have one more disconnect without punishment. And every disconnect after that point, they immediately forfeit the round should they force the remake. So, yeah. They need to get this in tail and going smoothly from here on out, else they're in trouble. But they're in now. They're picking operators. Everything seems okay. So let's hope it continues this way.
1-1, no basement.
No, yeah, 1-1, no basement. Supremacy, of course, up in the kids' dorm in the main hall then. They are bringing themselves a Doc and a Rook to the table, so the two ACOG MP5s are very, very good on this floor and checking out through the windows. Valkyrie's still there for her cameras. Her outside cameras can be pivotal for this map and this bomb site due to the window play that is starting to creep into the gameplay when attacking here and attacking the kids' bedroom specifically. And then, of course, Jaeger's trophy systems are just indispensable. And Smoke holding down a site can be very, very good for the team. On the attacking lineup, though, as you mentioned, they've gone a little bit less gun-heavy this time around, Epsilon. They're not bringing the Ash to the table, they're bringing Sledge instead, but they've still got IQ and Twitch, which is a lot of raw firepower between the pair. Thermite's an interesting one, because he's a little bit less important when attacking this bomb site, unless you're pushing from the master bedroom and you're going through the walk-in wardroom. Or potentially through the attic above the meeting hall, so we'll see where they choose to come from and where they choose to use him.
I imagine that would be for an attic play at this point. See what they end up doing. I imagine they're going to have to do a bit of droning up here before they decide when they're going to make that push. So they may play it a little bit slower, especially with Blackbeard able to hold off those windows a little.
I'm just hoping this is going to go through. Crossing all my fingers on my toes. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. We're in. All right, setting it up. So, Sangro C4 as a hold between the small dorm and the A bomb site then. Nice crawl hole, nice angle to look through in that direction. Bibi then putting up a camera inside the master bedroom. And then heading downstairs.
Getting there.
Sangro fully reinforcing the attic then. Tumik reinforcing armory.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Zephyr reinforcing right back here behind the bomb. Like we've seen the middle one reinforced, and then this one left open and made a crawl hole between the two sides. But closing it up
5
is
seconds to go.
Perhaps he doesn't want to get shot in the back, or he just wants to be able to get a better angle around the bed.
Yeah, doesn't want to get shot in the back from the windows, and more importantly, or not importantly, also the fact that anyone from this window that's spraying through there couldn't shoot any of his other teammates, like where Sangro is sitting. That's stopping Sangro getting sprayed down by anyone that comes to this window as well. So a two-way cover with that reinforce. And now as it is, Supremacy left Rafael, Atomic and Sangro upstairs. Downstairs, however, they are sending Zephyr and Bibu into the basement to be super lucky roomers.
I think that's gonna come into play here. Once you see them droning, they're not really droning the basement so much, with Stiff just kind of peeking it for a second there. If they don't find those roamers, this may really come back to bite them.
Yes, Stiff then found Zephyr, but do they know Bibu's there as a second man? We'll wait and see. We do get a tag of damage here onto Atomic. He's taken a couple of points of damage there as the Blackbeard is outside the window spraying through into it. But obviously doesn't know he's actually landing any shots there or any
Might be
damage.
where they need Valkyrie to come back around and use that shotgun.
Yeah, as it is, she would have to go through Primal, who is currently sitting underneath trying to make holes in the floor. Does tag the backside of Doc as he gets back into the corridor, but still successfully hidden.
Reloading. Cover me.
Should have pre-fired. That's why you know there's only one place in the corridor he could still be. You've got Blackbeard holding the cross. You know he hasn't crossed. You know he's not on the floor that you shot. You know he's not on the stairs. There's only one part of the floor that can still be on.
Definitely one of those situations where he's just not thinking it through.
Yeah, he's cautious though of the men coming behind him, and he's right to do so as Bibu is now starting to move through the meeting hall. Rafael picks up Stiff, taking down that IQ. Bibu has come through here, but Sledger just moved away from watching that specific doorway as he goes towards the stairs. Now he comes back and he's coming across. Zephyr's coming to join it as well. Bibu should have just seen that. No, he wasn't looking well enough. Zephyr going to come around and join him. They're going to push as a combo. Zephyr watching one bay, Bibu watching the other. Sledger's still on the floor. It's a smoke charge blocking their way a little bit out as Primal has picked up Rafael through the floor now. Zephyr going to go up the front stairs. The armory, Bibu, nice C4 onto Starzio. Takes down Twitch as well. Zephyr still in the front lobby. Lion coming up the back stairs. He's got Thermite there with him. A Thermite we're taken down from the A site by Sangrel.
Drop the diffuser up there.
No, Bunt's been placed.
Planted. Nice.
Lion has got a good coverage on it though from the stairs, despite that smoke charge trying to push him off. Sangrel gets across the gap, missing those shots for Lion could be big. Comes around the corner, deals with a shotgun, but Sangrel sprints through the spray and gets one of his own. Primo is now right underneath it though. 3 shots onto the Valkyrie for that down.
They're gonna know where he's at now.
Yeah, they know exactly where he's at, but can they shift him from it? No, they don't. They don't seem to figure out that he's under. Oh, now they do.
It becomes a shooting gallery.
Immediately, 3 aims just piled downwards through the floor. And all 3 of them get the job done.
I'm surprised he was able to sit there for as long as he was. Hopefully he learns his lesson and moves next time. It was well played at that point. They got that plant down pretty good in that spot there.
So, got it going well. Managed to get on in.
Thought for sure those 2 roamers were going to make it work towards the end there, but sticking together I think just got them killed faster.
Yeah. They also pushed a little bit too aggressively on that front end of the site towards the armory and stuff when all the pressure from Epsilon was coming from the back end. And well, they did get the job done in the end thanks to the people upstairs holding firm. It could have been more impactful if they'd come through towards the kitchen instead, but
Attackers need to
the
locate
result is
and
the same.
defuse the
It is
bomb.
now 2 rounds to 1 in favor of Supremacy, who are now heading on to attack with a recruit.
I imagine they would use a shield with that unless that was an accidental pick.
Can't use a shield, they've got Blackbeard.
But that's right. So we'll see if that was just an AFK pick.
I think it's an AFK pick, else they've done something else, but we'll see then. So the attic is being blown open then by Epsilon. They give themselves a crawl hole into there and 1 reinforce on one edge, then going to reinforce the armory.
I'll definitely make Thermite a little less useful.
Unless they reinforce the other end
5
as
seconds
well,
remaining.
which I suspect they will. Skylight, yep, going to do that. Stiff sitting in there at the moment, waiting for that trapdoor to be blown open. Kraken will do just that and then they'll head on down. Starzio is creating some kill holes into this small bedroom from the
Attackers drop the diffuser.
Second half to just blow it open.
Let's have a look then at this recruit. What are you bringing? You're bringing a 10-14. This is what I expected. Getting a shotgun on attack is something that a lot of the Xbox squads have thought about and tried to do, and this is the way to get it done, rather than running Thermite with the shotgun. Thermite's main weapon is still pretty damn good for him. And this way they get a shotgun as well. So, Bibby bringing it in, we'll go pick up his drone. Sangrel droning the dining room, the kitchen area, checking it's all clear. Atomic droning the back tower before heading on in. Lion is the closest to being a roamer for Epsilon squad, but he is still not that far away from the sites or the rest of his team while everyone else is sitting upstairs. It's just on this front stairwell.
He's just more running guard duty at this point, making sure they don't get too close.
Yeah. Rafael droning through
Attackers
the
have
front,
located a bomb.
checking the corridor, finding one man there behind the A-bomb. Doesn't get inside the next site to see anyone else, but now we'll head out and look between that bomb site. Sees the head of that rook and, well,
Dangerous spot to
Starzio
peek up
peek, yeah. After you know it's got droned in, you know there's going to be a man at least thinking about watching it. Why would you peek on out
I
of
think
there?
he was hoping that wasn't Blackbeard's drone.
I don't think it matters, right? You've got barbed wire on the window
That's
and a
true.
trophy system. Like, unless you hear the grenades coming in and see it blowing up or not,
A bomb
why
has
peek
been
until you hear
located.
someone in the barbed wire?
I think that's one thing that tends to get defenders killed a lot. Just getting a little greedy with those window peeks.
Lion, here we go, he's coming up behind. Meanwhile, his team is being decimated inside. Frost is getting taken out,
This is
but
gonna be
there's
a
a
big play.
huge double kill from Primal before he gets taken out by
move.
Sangrel. Cracks it open, Rafel's backside, he's not ready for it. It is there, it's a kill.
Attackers recovered the bomb.
Suddenly it's all on to the one attacking Supremacy player left. Havoc did so much work on that window. You see all the bodies lying there right next to him. Cracking 2 of his teammates out as they were trying to push on in and take down down Frost. Frost is now being revived here by Stiff, and there's 3 defenders left alive now for Sangrel to find. Lion has gone back up to join the rest of his team in the bomb site. His work is done, taking out that Blackbeard from behind. Does check in there to make sure, but
Good call.
no, it's clear now. 44 seconds on the clock. Ages forward, sees Stiff peek around the corner. Stiff gives his position away to the entire team now and starts spraying a couple of shots around it. He knows he has to reposition, but how far can you go with 30 seconds to do it in? Trying to keep it quiet, but you don't have the time in the world to do that.
He's gonna have to break windows.
Gotta go up, cracks this one. Puts a tree charge on the window. Gonna breach in for it.
Quick move.
Right there on his right hand side though. Nice and easy kill for Stiff, and Jaeger was on his left in case he needed it. And yeah, that kind of seals around the way we expected it to go. Stiff with a ranged kill. Both teams staying very even now then. 2 rounds apiece is the overall scoreline as we head back to another defense round for Epsilon, and they will once more be heading down towards, sorry, for Supremacy, and they will be heading down towards the basement as that has unlocked for them again.
I think at that point, with only 30 seconds left, there's not a lot of moves you could do, not a lot of droning you could do, but he probably could have hucked the drone somewhere in there, maybe tried to hide it real quick, had his teammates try and call out for him, but he just didn't have the intel to make that move happen. We do see him potentially going for the gun heavy again. Blackbeard, IQ, and Ash. They are going with that thermite.
Yeah, you need that thermite when you're attacking this basement level again, of course, for the trapdoor in the main lobby, if nothing else. But we could also see a push onto B here, which requires it a little way. We'll see what they choose to do. Tumik sending up the reinforcements in the front of the map, like before, and then goes back down for his armor. Zephyr and Bib are going to help. We did see Zephyr try and play in the back tower last time around. Didn't really get much work done from there before. Let's see if he switches it up this time at all. Well, we did see some teams in the past try and run Romer's Mono here in the kitchen, the dining, and lurk around here, catch people that are coming in from junk spawn. Teams have started to realize that if anyone's doing that, lurking in there, all you have to do is push the bomb site hard, and those guys become irrelevant and useless. So do now see people stay closer.
I do find that kitchen area interesting in the layout of this map and the way it's kind of cut off from the other locations in some ways, because you have to go through meeting hall to get to that tower area.
Yeah. Sangro then back in the armory like before. It's going to get droned out here by Skyline. Does kill it this time around. Bibu upstairs in the kids' dorm. Zephyr is heading towards that back tower. Slowly but surely, Lion is going to see his feet here, and you've seen him the entire way through. Just couldn't land any shots. Cracks him in the back of the ankles there.
Is he going to try and counter it with the prone?
No, it's not going to happen. The
Good call.
In a pain, Bibu chased out by 2 drones here. He's now caught off the windows. Picking off either of them. Right underneath him, there's one defending Primal, waiting for this trapdoor to get blown open because he knows it's what Bibu wants to do is his escape.
Just bait him out of there.
Yeah. They just want Bibu to get scared, to get pushed away, get ready. Jesus, that drone is invincible.
If they could just put some more pressure on those windows right there, he'd have to flee.
Stiff is going to come from the corridor instead. There we go, it's cracked open. Primal's now waiting underneath. No, he's moved away, okay.
A little late. He's moving back to it.
Stiff is spraying in. Yeah, now he's moving back to it. Now he knows. He's ready for it. Stiff's coming in, just trying to pin him in, but he's pushing him away from the trapdoor and putting him in the corner instead. That shot edging across the gap, and Stiff will do the work all the same. Doesn't need to drop down through into Primal, and the work is done. Minute 27 on the clock is plenty of time to continue the push downstairs then, but you've also got to deal with Sangor, and they know he's in here. Remember, they droned him. Reaching the top of the stairs, then Ash will give them sight into the bomb site and into the stairs below while destroying that barbed wire, which allows them towards Sangor.
The laser sight's got to be giving his position away. They're watching for it.
Yep, they know when he's peeking or not. Cracks the window, and that's going to be Sledge peeking straight up, and pre-fire is there. Sangor breaking the window to bait them up, but then wasn't ready for them to actually peek. Well, they make the most of it with a great shot coming out from Primal.
They haven't lost a guy yet.
5v3 then, but we did see this defended 5v2 earlier on. So, Tumik hiding behind this wall, throwing the smoke grenade over the top. Primal's already pushed way past it. Rafael now sees him come around the corner. Rafael will get the kill though. Took a lot of damage to make it happen. Skyline now on the diffuser. Has to come through this smoke charge. Stiff is in the backhand corner. The next smoke's going to come from Tumik. Dodges around, but Rafael will be down by Stiff. And Tumik's now really cautious about moving left and right. The plant is going to go through.
Hard to
Tumik down now. There's no way for him to stay safe with that wall there. And Lion comes in the backside to take down Zephyr, and Epsilon finally break the mold and successfully win an attack round. They do go up 3 rounds to 2. Nice drop.
Plays. Saw some, like what they were doing with Valkyrie. They're just trapping some of the defenders, putting a lot of pressure on them from multiple sides, making them have to choose where they go, and them choosing poorly, like Pulse smashing the window, thinking he can bait them out. It was a nice try, but ultimately, if you're not ready to use that bait.
So, Epsilon now onto defense of that basement themselves, up 3 rounds to 2. Remember, Epsilon need to win both maps here to stand any chance of taking first place seed here from Europe. If Supremacy even get one map, they've secured first place.
Well, Epsilon's off to a good start at least.
Yeah. Finally got their number figured. They just got to now hope that Supremacy haven't done the same thing. They ran that 3-roam setup in the first round, which to be fair looked like it demolished Epsilon's attack, and they didn't seem to have any idea or answer for it. Second time around though, when coming up against the same thing, that all changes. They did have an answer. But now they're in trouble. They lose Stasio again. That was their last free disconnect. They're also going to back out and go for the reset, but if they lose any player from this round outwards, they will start losing rounds straight up.
They've got that momentum on the points, but they're going to lose it on the disconnects. That's right.
Yeah. Stasio stayed in for a couple of secure rounds there. If they do continue this momentum and continue winning after the disconnect, maybe they can finish this map out before he goes again. But he's clearly having some serious issues, and it is going to come back and start biting Epsilon soon.
You may need them to be trap characters as much as possible to play something so they can do something when they're dead, right?
Yeah.
You got that Cap Cannon Frost. Maybe if they get disconnected, they can still do some work.
Maybe so. We will run to another break, get the lobby remade, get the players back in, see if we can figure out if we can fix Stasio's issue, whatever it may be, and see what the admins are saying. But unfortunately for Epsilon, it is not looking good unless they can fix it soon. They are up 3 rounds to 2. They are on defense. Maybe they could get something going with that. We'll have to wait and see. We'll be back in just a moment, guys, and hopefully get this game continued and hopefully finish without issues. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have 9 of our 10 players back on in. And well, there is our 10th. So let's get this game underway and we'll explain the situation as it loads on in. Epsilon are on defense. They're up 3 rounds to 2 here against Supremacy. Remember, Supremacy, all they need is 1 map out of the 4 total they could get here to secure first place this season.
Gotta make it happen.
Yeah. But, sorry, 4 total, the 2 total. Either way, they need 1 map. But as it is, Epsilon have now used up their 3 allowed disconnects. If any Epsilon player disconnects from here out, while we can back out, remake, and get them back in the lobby, they will forfeit the round that player disconnects in. So while they have that 3 rounds to 2 lead right now, unless they can stay connected, it's going to start hemorrhaging away without anything they can do about it.
I think Supremacy are just counting on that at this point. I mean, they may not even have to play too much of this to just secure that 1 map point.
Yeah. So, Epsilon head down into the basement for their laundry and supply room defense. And once again, they are bringing that Capcan to the table, but it's Stasio that's occasionally disconnecting. And, well, he's Rook, so he's still going to put his gadget down to be useful to begin
Yeah,
with.
hopefully everyone can get their stuff down quick.
As for the rest of the squads, Supremacy's attack, bringing Twitch back in. No IQ this time over, but Blackbeard, Sledge, and Thermite still here on the table. Bibu's Ash has proved devastating for a couple of rounds in the past and has been great at cleaning out roamers and getting down and cracking into these bomb sites. Let's see if they can do it again. They are up against both Frost, Valkyrie, and Pulse shotguns, I suspect. We'll see whether or not that's the case. Of course, the Frost traps last time around were placed in some rather interesting spots in the lobby, but didn't really make an impact too much.
It's always a gamble.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll see some Twitch drone taking out some of those Capcan traps. Otherwise they may fall prey to some of those in this particular location.
We'll follow Capcan for a little bit and see where it is they get placed.
Attackers need
As
to
we do
locate and
get on
defuse as many bombs as they can.
So stiff as they all hoard around the armor. You can only pick it up with 4 people at a time though, so one person should be doing something else. You're wasting time. So we head on over and start with barbed wire at the bottom of these stairs and then be the man to reinforce the top of them. Of course his 3 armor means he can't go too far and really make too much of an impact without wasting a lot of time.
It's always the hard part. He's slow and you don't want to place your traps too early that they can see where they're at with their drones. Looks like he wants to stop them from using that schoolhouse for that laundry drop.
Yeah, it's one of those spots that people just don't normally expect. So you can use it to catch them by surprise. I'd like to see him pick that trap up now after
Yeah.
he sees the drone.
Drone must have seen that. You can't exactly switch off your drone while it's still alive.
No. I mean, I think he might have had it turned around, but we'll see. Primal, look at you hiding under all the desks with a C4 in hand.
Probably a little early to pull that out, but
How the hell did you get there?
looks like he's been doing his homework in there.
Or hiding because he didn't do his homework. Raphael then droning in the armory up and above. Zephyr is coming through the backside.
See if he sees that Capcan trap.
Yeah, we'll see then. So we've got a drone going his way. It is a 2-mix. He drones in and doesn't turn around to really look at it. Bibu's upstairs. Zephyr is just checking around that location, and Raphael is crawling up towards the armory. Lion is in the back tower, and Primal is there, as we said. He's already got this pulled, so he's not given his position away when he does pull it. So you don't hear the Valkyrie pull when he finally wants to use it. We'll see whether it works. He's not going through the kitchen, then here's Zephyr just going around the corridor instead.
Some good droning ahead of Blackbeard there.
Go. That gets
Oh,
found.
he does see the laser. But will he hear the C4 coming?
Let's see, 2-mix finished journeying now. Zephyr has gone back in towards the kitchen, sees the laser, but as you mentioned, the trap is on this side, so he has to go across to get it.
It's the beauty of Capcan.
I want to keep checking Primal and see what he deems as worth it. He's there on Raphael's screen, but Raphael can't see him.
Yeah, a lot of that debris just covers him up at this point.
Bibu goes in, runs straight past him. There's the camera. Takes it on out.
What is his plan with that C4?
Plan is to stop this thermite. Oh, it went horribly wrong.
Nice try. Oh, may work anyways.
Works
Paid
anyway,
off.
and he comes up and he gets one more. Heads around the corner, Bibu's in there, Raphael's there too. He will not kill Raphael, but he did a little bit of damage, but he
Still
gets
worth
his
it.
job done. He stopped the thermite and he killed the Blackbeard. That's big. Despite it also going horribly wrong with the throw not actually landing properly first.
Best clumsy play of the game so far.
Throws it, picks it up, still gets away with it. Bibu now trying to come down the stairs. We'll find Skyline waiting for him at the bottom. Supremacy collapsing, falling apart at the seams right now. Raphael spraying through behind them as they're cautious now of this pulse that is above them coming to do something. Bibu.
Oh, there's one of
the
those
frost
traps.
trap.
Yep.
hidden away. He's lucky to stay alive, actually. It's his second down, but Frost Traps cannot do the killing. Here we go, Lion does try and drop him from behind, but Raphael will down him thanks to being ready for it. So Supremacy are back to a 3v3, but now with no thermite, they've got to come down these front stairs, and they have 26 seconds, so they can't even go down the back right now.
Flashing himself doesn't help that push.
Nope, flashing himself doesn't help. Down they come. Ash looking for in, Stiff looking for the first one. Starzio's in the corridor, but neither shot's really landing. Now we're going to Sangor coming down. He walks straight into a Frost Trap as well. Raphael has to kill 3. He kills 1, down Stiff, and he's only got to find 1 more. It's Skyline with a shotgun. He's tucked in the laundry. He's going to wait here. He knows he's only got 5 seconds. He's got to either hold the plant or come for this. He's going to get Raphael up, realizes he doesn't have time, and they do get the time out to give the round over to Epsilon, but damn, it was close.
Those trap delays really made a difference.
Yeah, he tried to plant, but he's just can't do it when there's a man downed right in the spot.
That's why it's almost always worth putting a bear trap right there.
Yep, that's exactly why you do it, because if they run down on time, if they don't have the time to stop and shoot it, they're going to screw themselves over by that.
Even if
That's
they do,
perfect.
they give away they're on the bottom of the stairs at that point.
Yep, exactly. So nice job and good job by Epsilon. And it puts them up 4 rounds to 2.
That C4 play in that school really made a huge difference, killing off that thermite.
Yep, stopping that thermite was big, and we did see some fantastic shots from Raphael. I've got to give it to him, coming down those stairs and picking up the kills he did to get it to be that close at the end. But it's just not enough when there's a shotgun hiding in the laundry closet. And no time.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
So,
Back to laundry, of course.
yeah, back to laundry, of course, for Supremacy defense. Now, they actually lost this the last time around. Can they do better this time over?
So far, this is looking good for Epsilon. If they could just stop themselves from getting disconnected, they've got a good lead going here.
So I'm guessing you could just like prone into there or something.
Yeah.
Interesting. As it is, it's just setting up a couple
10
of
seconds to
reinforcements
insertion.
in the lobby and in the meeting halls, and
Typical stuff you've got to get going. I don't see the meeting hall drop downs being reinforced just yet, so hopefully they're going to get to those, as the roamers are kind of far away from them except for Zephyr.
Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb.
Making some holes to help them in there.
yeah, can leave them open then.
It's probably just miscommunication at this point.
To be fair, as you mentioned earlier, they're not as pivotal as the main lobby one.
Yeah.
That one is a little bit important for dropping, but doesn't give as much vision, so you can do it a little bit later, but ultimately it's done. So we'll see. Upstairs then, Bibu in the bedroom again, Sangor in the armory again, which is exactly where they went the last time they held this bomb site. But Epsilon knew what to do about it and did a good job at dealing with it. Bibu does hide from the drone that was coming through rather than shoot it. Now the drone's going to come in behind him.
No. Did not catch him. Haven't seen the Pulse actually do anything with that whole garage armory thing yet either. Just ends up kind of trapped in there. I mean, just roaming around hiding in those bathrooms. It's a good idea. As long as you know they're actually going to come from that side, otherwise you're going to be wasting a lot of time just sitting in there.
Yeah, Lion takes down Sangor, so they singled out that Pulse quick and easy. Same way they did before.
That IQ is getting played again.
Taking out Zephyr too in the meeting hall, so now the only roamer left alive is Bibu, and once again Epsilon's done a great job of killing these guys off, which is of course allowing.
That's a spot that they're just not going to spend the time to drone and check. As long as he can make the timing work here, should be some easy kills.
Tumik downstairs, Raphael downstairs. We've already seen Raphael with some amazing aim earlier on, so could be something. Stiff comes in, it looks the wrong way, and that does give Bibu a kill, and he gets out to safety as there was no second man there. Can't go too far though, or else he's not going to be able to come back and help his team when they need him.
Attackers drop the diffuser.
Having that man advantage right now is going to give the attacking team a chance to just leave someone to deal with him too. Instead, they're going to send Primal to deal with him, walking straight into his crosshairs. It just helped out Supremacy here. They're back to a 3v3. Raphael's taken a fair bit from above, but he's also dealt some to Ash. Bibu now back up and above, waiting for the next man to come his way, but that won't be one. Starzio's come down the front stairs, Skyland's doing the trapdoor, and Lion's doing the trapdoor too. So Starzio looking towards Raphael in the corridor. Raphael needs to stay on in, and Tumik once again behind that corner. The smoke grenade doesn't quite land where he wants it to. The tags are coming out, so Starzio, the smoke's going in, Skyland will not be able to hold that plant.
Good smoke.
Upstairs, Lion is waiting for Bibu's flank. Skyland is still cautious of the floor above, as that's where Bibu has gone to. Tumik is once more there in his little spot. looking to throw over the edge, but he's out of smoke grenades now. Stasio still down in the corner, stands up, gonna land a lot of shots here onto Tumik, but not enough. Skyline gets down by Rafael, and with 15 seconds on the clock, now the diffuser is dropped. Stasio will get a good shot onto Rafael himself. That Bibu is still up and above though and has to deal with one. Stasio comes in, Lion comes in. Oh no, it's a beautiful triple for Bibu. 4 rounds to 3, keeping Supremacy in it.
Was that the clutch from Bibu that time? Or the ace, I mean? I think he
Yeah,
might have
that's
got
an
it.
ace. Yeah.
2 on the roam and then 3 there at the end. Very good round for Bibu.
After praising Epsilon for doing so well at dealing with the roamers, yeah, they took those first 2 out great, but when they found out there was a third one, they just didn't deal with him.
Kind of the important one that round.
Yeah, and they paid the price for it. An ace over to Bibu with that Valk shotgun, because 2 people ran into him, and the other 3 just tried to ignore him and were just stuck behind a brick wall that was Rafael in that corridor. That Rook, while he didn't land every single kill or every single shot, they couldn't get off of that stairwell properly without getting past him. And the one man that did get off was Blackbeard, and then he was just stuck in a corner thanks to smoke charges going throughout. And yeah, very strong hold with just 3 players there from Supremacy, showing why they are the top team in the league right now. But they've still got to keep it going. 4 rounds to 3, they now have to attack this upstairs bomb site if they want to force an overtime, which unfortunately will also trigger a reset on them.
So
Because they need to unlock the
yeah,
bomb sites
one
and get
that we
back
will
in
not
fresh.
penalize them for, of course.
Yes, one that of course will not be the team's fault, but yes,
Looks like they're
just
opening
remember
up
that.
the attic.
Yep, Epsilon same setup as before, opening up the attic walkway and then reinforcing the armory.
See if they put those kill holes into the bedroom again. Or the door.
10 seconds remaining.
Stasio, that man, sits here
5
on the
seconds
barbed
to
wire
go.
and aim fires across into the small dorms.
Attackers
Primal
recovered the
cracking
bomb
the trap
diffuser.
door in the attic down
Attackers
towards
must
meeting, and then
locate
we'll
and
drop down in there.
defuse the
Stiff now
bomb.
going to do the one reinforce and then Skyline. Just leaving a couple of traps inside Master's bedroom. Now, downstairs, Lion is holding a really nice angle towards the junkyard here from the TG lounge.
A little greedy. We'll see if it works.
But it's also so rarely done on any console right now, let alone Xbox, where it's even rarer, that it might just catch someone by surprise and get him what he wants.
I see they're running a bandit here instead of a Capcan. I wonder if he ended up actually using those batteries or if it's just going to be for the gun again.
He's put 2 of them down.
Maybe to stop that attic push that he's hiding in.
Yeah, Primal back out into the garage then. Lion going to jump outside and look for someone. He sees no one even close and just gives his position away now. Comes over the 2-second marks. Now he has to immediately reposition, and it is upstairs that he's choosing to go back towards his team, but he's just hovering on the stairwell. Remember last time he came to the tower and punished the fail. This time around he's had a tough time doing that, I'd hope.
We'll see. Blackbeard doesn't have anyone behind him. The looks of it.
Just shoot the window open and
Still a little paranoid though.
cautious about it. Fear heading up to the kid's bedroom window as he's got people on one side. They're looking to throw this grenade right into Frost's feet. It will do exactly that. Frost gets down, but the smoke grenade will go off. Next one goes a bit deeper. You can actually see her feet, but they don't realize it's because of the smoke, but the grenade will be enough.
Close enough.
Ash goes in, but Stiff is still in
good
there and
enough.
takes him straight down. Lion is now heading towards that mini tower. He's inside the dining room, right behind the wall. He's going to crack it open on his right-hand side. There is a sledge. Stango is there. Thatcher comes around, but he doesn't get the shot off in time. Primal trades Zephyr back at the same time, though, so it stays 3v3.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Primal got into the kid's bedroom and took the other repelling player down, and now Blackbeard on that A window is also taking a beating. Rafael couldn't land any shots onto Rook, who was here behind the A site.
I think they're going to have to rotate to the
Thatcher
A
looking
plan.
for the shotgun. He gets that out on top. How Sangro stayed alive against that shotgun, I will never know, but he makes it work. Now he's got a teammate onto the window with him. Stiff is still inside behind that point. Wims will come in, gets Sangro down with the diffuser. The next man is still there. Can't hit Sangro. Rafael kills Stasio now though, and Stiff is the only man standing, and he will not stand for long. Atomic comes in and finishes him off, and that is 4 rounds to 4 now. We are heading to overtime. Supremacy going from a 4-2 deficit to 4 rounds to 4, and as we mentioned, all they need is one map.
At this rate, they may be able to pull it back on them.
So,
2 rounds.
if Supremacy wish to take the upstairs bomb site, we can stay as is. If they want to take the basement, we will have to remake. It's up to them. So we'll let them sit on through.
Do you see a dock getting picked this time?
if they are in the kids' dorm and the dorm's main hall, yes, but there we go. They do realize that, yes, no. They want the basement bomb site. They want to unlock it, so we will have to do a remake and we'll have to run to a break again. But as you mentioned, this time they will not be punished for it. This is not a disconnect as such. This is purely within their rights.
A disconnect because of a disconnect.
Yes,
right?
exactly. Disconnect caused by another disconnect. So we'll run to a short break again. You'll watch a little bit more Jason Bourne, and we'll come back in a moment with the overtime rounds. Current score is 4 rounds to 4. Epsilon versus Supremacy. Epsilon need every single map here. Supremacy just need the one map to secure themselves first place here in week 6 as we are, and get that seeding in towards playoffs.
Well.
But as it is, we will see you on the other side of the break and find out whether that's going to be the case or not.
It started again.
Tell me.
A new program, Iron Hand. It's even worse than before.
My God, that's Jason Bourne.
Hold on!
I know everything. He has to be put down.
The next bullet's in your head!
Rated PG-13.
Welcome back then, ladies and gentlemen. As we stand, we are in overtime between Supremacy and Epsilon. Supremacy are going to start on defense, and I suspect they're going to go into the basement. Now, the last 2 times they've done this, it's been a bit hairy. Last time they successfully did it, thanks to a clutch moment from Bibu, being that lone surviving roamer and getting the ace.
Getting the ace.
But the times beforehand, and the reason he had to go so big and clutch, is that Epsilon had done a great job of finding and killing off their other roomers.
Yeah.
They thought this time there was only 2, and they got paid. They were paid the price for that and not dealing with Bibu properly. I don't think they're going to make that same mistake again.
Hopefully they had that brief breather right there to really think about that. Think about what can we do to make sure we could seal this.
So hopefully they can find him out and deal with him a bit better, as well as Sangul, who was up in Armory, of course, all the time, and Zephyr, who's up in the back tower the entire time. But what I'd really like to see is the Supremacy do something different.
Yeah, I think changing it up right now is a good idea. Like, especially since there's been a lot of back and forth, you know, it's a tie game.
What kind of way would you like to see them change it up? Do you want to see them all go to the basement, or is there some other
I'd like
kind
to
of
see a
strategy you'd like
construction
to see?
push.
Yeah?
You know, some like more actually like focusing on covering both sides, pushes from construction, just changing up where approaches are coming from, and making sure that flanks are used well.
This was brilliant. Didn't know where he's coming from, then everyone just looked straight down. This is Lion flanked in the mini tower again. He could have got away with that this time, but they actually tried to peek out the dining room instead, and they punished with him. And this was big. Rafael here picking up that kill was huge, but he didn't have the time to do the extra one, and there is the end of Bibu's ace. Shotgun on top of 3 people.
Yeah.
Easy kills for him.
It was a good bait.
Yeah. There it is. We do see Supremacy start pushing on here, but then again, they just couldn't quite make it stick for long enough until that shotgun was taken out and by Sangor, and then Stiff is suddenly very much exposed, and while Rook tries to help him out, he gets killed in the backside, and suddenly again it's just whittled down one by one as they come in through multiple windows. Supremacy managed to take it out and force the overtime, but Epsilon, while we still wait for their last remaining player, we've got to be thinking it over. Alright, we were 4-2 up. We threw it away. We can't do it again.
Stay focused.
As we mentioned, and I know I keep saying it, but it is the deal with this map. Supremacy only need 1 map from this game and 1 map from next week's games to secure first place.
If they can't get their people to stay connected, they're going to give it to them.
Yeah, if they hit 16 points at any point in the next 2 weeks, then they are secured first place. If they stay on 15, things get a bit more interesting, but
let's hope that happens.
yeah, I kind
Keep
of
it
want them to
interesting,
stay on
yeah.
15 because, yeah, that generates a little bit more hype next week. But if they do get that 16 points or even more, should they end up winning this and the next map, they skyrocket. Hell, go for the full 7-week unbeaten streak, get the maximum points. Still a great story to tell.
You mentioned that one of the players on Epsilon was new. You think that's making a difference in them actually being able to get tie at this point? I mean, besides the
Considering he's the one that
disconnects.
keeps disconnecting.
Yeah. Outside of that, I think, I mean, he must not be doing terrible, you know,
No,
if they're
like
able
he
to pull
seems
this off.
like he's fitted in their team well. He's there with the trades. He's there in the right spots. He's being a big deal and helped a couple of these clutch rounds and drone down nicely. Doesn't seem like he is not meshing well with the team. It doesn't seem like he's just that couple of seconds too late or he's pushing too early and screwing with their rhythm. He seems to fit in fine in that sense.
How do you think he compares to the guy he was replacing?
To be fair, Fijian was also pretty new this season, so I don't know. I didn't really watch Fijians play closely enough to compare them 1-to-1. But it doesn't feel out of place. It could have just been, I know it's not, but it feels like it could have been a name change, to be fair. It doesn't seem like it's made that much of an impact, as it is more of just overarching teamwork issues right now, allowing that Roma to get through. Things like Primal in that last round, like Bibu kills off 1 man because they didn't know he was there, fine, whatever. But then Primal was saying, okay, you deal with him. Instead of just sitting there and watching the kitchen corridor and waiting for that man to come their way and shooting him, he goes hunting for him and as a result just sprints straight into Bibu's crosshairs and giving him that second kill.
Especially on a shotgun, right? Like, you can't exactly just rush them.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know he's a shotgun, you know which areas he's going to come from, you just sit there in the garage and watch down that corridor and he comes around the corner and it's a nice, easy job.
Like you mentioned earlier, you know, using the way the map's set up to kind of trap and pinch them off into a specific section.
So just things like that and decision making in that sense that just didn't quite line up. It feels like what's harming Epsilon right now. They just, I don't know, whether it be their communication, whether it be their shot calling rather than, okay, just ignore Bibu, go push aside, give him a free ace, or, all right, we've got 2 Romas, that's all we need, we just keep going. So, hang on, no, there's 3, we've got a 3rd one here. Do we go for him? No, don't. It's just, these kind of decisions are hurting them more than individual play or just teamwork. It's that, all right, you're working fine when you play together, but you need to play together doing the right things.
Use your other men.
But they are right now all in the lobby, so let's start this overtime. Epsilon versus Supremacy. Current score is 4-4, and we are getting in and underway with our overtime round. Supremacy on defense, Epsilon on an attack. Where are they setting up? How are they setting up? What are they coming up against? Supremacy currently holding that basement selection as their choice. Are going to be up against the IQ Ash Speedy combo with Primal and Skyline.
They just need to make sure they do their droning well, otherwise that speedy combo is not really paying off when they get caught out by those roamers.
Yeah.
running in
Stiff
fast.
has also been running the LMG consistently here with IQ, which isn't actually the fastest of weapons to use due to its long ADS time.
Yeah, I think we've seen some good plays and some bad plays from that. We've seen him get picked off early, and other times help pick off other people early.
See if he uses it successfully this time around. He is spawning over by the junkyard with Stiff, Stasio, and Primal. So they should come in from that way, while the street spawn Lion and Skyline, I suspect, will drone from the other end. They're going to try and, of course, find these roamers again. This is the same setup they ran before. Atomic and Raphael will stay downstairs. Bibu, Zephyr, and Sangrel, suspect, will roam around. We'll find out if they actually go with it. And, well, Supremacy have had mixed results with that spot and with this strategy.
Defenders,
But
protect
it
your
does
bombs
look
from being
like, does
defused
not
by
look like
attackers.
they plan on changing it much at all. Bibu drops the camera downstairs and then creates this hole here, which will be where Atomic sits to throw smoke grenades. Actually, I feel that one's a bit too low.
Yeah,
May expose his head when he's trying to throw them now, so that might be a problem.
we have to go crouched.
Here we go, we got a change. Sangrel reinforcing the fronts of the meeting hall. Zephyr reinforcing the kitchen of the meeting hall.
A lot of focus on the meeting hall this
10
time.
seconds to
Yeah,
insertion.
Atomic is reinforcing a little bit down the back side.
Perhaps they're planning to run
5 seconds left.
some roamers up in that area, trap them out.
Yeah, play roamers within the meeting hall instead and
Attackers recovered the
be a
diffuser.
bit closer to
Attackers
the
are
front
moving out
lobby.
to locate a bomb and
Let's
defuse
see,
it.
Zephyr is on the back tower still. Bibu's doing the reinforcements inside meeting.
Well, it does look like at least they decided to change things up.
Yeah, Stiff drones in through kitchen and sees Sangrel here. Zephyr's in the tower. Bibu's going right up the top of the tower and sitting on his camera. Zephyr now hiding at the bottom. Sangrel, the lone man, in the meeting hall.
3-man roam, though, is not a bad idea in this case.
No, it's what they've done every time, but this time they've also been playing a hell of a lot closer to each other than they have done before. So we'll see. Sangrel will go and puts a couple of battery down for free. Bibu checking the cameras out and behind. Zephyr doing exactly the same one. Not sure why that's really useful.
Looks like they're deciding whether or not they want to stick in that particular area, if they're going to...
Yeah, and here's the thing you do as you're attacking team. You say, alright, you're all in that back end, and you're all in the meeting, we just rush the front site. See if they do that or not. Stiff currently clearing up above. He's then going to crack open the attic. Gustazio has already been looking in through there and told him it's clear, and they're going to start to push towards the back tower.
It's good teamwork there.
Sangrel does get a lot of damage here onto Stiff up through that hole, and Stiff will back away and run and hide in fear. Primal also does a fair bit of damage himself to him, and then cracks open the trapdoor, but he's already sprinted away from there. Batteries will be cleared out just for good measure. Sangrel got to the front of the room. His feet have been spotted, but the shots will not land. He's going to dash away as the grenade comes in. Dodges away, but will be shot instead of getting hit by the grenade, and that's out alive. Primal's taking half his health and damage, but does return the kill for the favor.
Looks like reinforcing that meeting hall did pay off when it comes to the attack comes from above.
Bitch comes in, there's a shotgun right behind him. A lot of shots are missed by Bibu, but the important one still lands before he can turn a shot of his own. Bibu now cautious of anyone else that may be coming this way. Cracks it on open, he's going to sprint across to the other side of the map. Gets in here, but will it be detected? And Stiff uses that, but it turns around.
Still happens.
Stiff, already low health, will be finished off by Bibu's shotgun blast. Lion, though, going to come upstairs. Will be able to help him out. Finishes off the kill, and they will get the revive. But Zephyr there, in the time it takes them to go and revive Lion, Zephyr fires at him from the other end of the attic with a great shot to take Lion down.
Drop the bomb
So
diffuser.
they do still end up in a 3v3 despite reviving Stiff. Downstairs, Atomic is still comfortable. Raphael is even more comfortable looking at the trapdoor in the lobby, and Zephyr has now finally managed to come down and join them from the backside. And with 30 seconds on the clock, Epsilon have to make something happen here. Skyline has the diffuser. Stiff is above the trapdoor with him, and Stasio is coming down the front stairwell. No one in the corridor this time. The smoke grenades are already coming out from Atomic, and they will actually allow him to get across into the side of the site, but with 15 seconds, Stiff is the man with the diffuser. More smoke's coming out. He's got to go into this back left-hand corner to plant. He's going to give it a shot. Stasio now then, still waiting from behind the smokes. The shots are coming through, but they're not actually hitting Stiff, but Zephyr's got to cross towards the bomb itself. Stiff firing in, takes Atomic down. Zephyr gets a good shot from Stasio to take him out, and suddenly Raphael, looking up through the trapdoor, is the last man standing. Stiff, his shots do miss. He will go down to Stiff the second time he peeks, and It looked good for a second there from Supremacy. Epsilon having no time, 3v3. The site looked under their control, but nope. Epsilon get that round in the bag with a last-second clutch plant and do take the first round of overtime.
I think the smokes almost actually worked in the attacker's favor as they used them to cross. It was a situation where had he been able to get more range, he might have been able to stop that plant, and that probably would have gone pretty differently.
Yep, just didn't quite have his angle right. Could have got him a bit deeper in and covered both of those plant spots with it, but good job Epsilon, giving themselves the early lead here in overtime, and now will go down to defend that bomb site themselves.
I imagine Supremacy have got to be feeling bad about that change-up running that meeting hall strategy, not quite working out when they weren't prepared to defend against the attic.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it worked, right? You got two roamers down, they picked up 2 kills, they left the attackers only 30 seconds to go. I don't feel that like, that round was in any way the roamers' fault. They did their jobs. However, when they came to getting downstairs, they just could not stay alive long enough. I don't know why Zephyr sprinted into the corner he did. Like, there's no good way out from that corner if you get yourself stuck behind this bomb. Yeah. Especially when you know there's a Blackbeard on the stairs. If you really want to go that way, go prone behind the desk here, maybe? Or just come across and get tighter in towards where Rook is and try and take out the planter or something. But yeah, like, fitting himself in that corner was just giving him a free kill over to Blackbeard.
I feel like he was just trying to use the confusion of the smoke to try and change positions, but...
Yeah, and then he got there and went, I should.
Now what do I do?
Yeah, now what?
Maybe if he had a C4 or something, he could have really made that happen.
Yeah, Skyline thinking about putting a frost trap down onside the trap door. Goes against it and puts it in the stairwell instead.
I feel like running 2 trap players has been working out pretty well for Epsilon. What, you know, whether the cap cans get someone or the bear traps get someone, both of those traps are going to slow down the attack.
Yep. Lion now on these front stairs looking for the drones that might be coming his way as he puts down the last couple of barbed wires and then a trophy system as well. Upstairs they are leaving Primal. He's in the back tower with his shotgun in case anyone's coming that direction.
He's already got his cameras up at least.
Yeah, Stasio's close by. Stiff is also pretty close in the meeting hall. Skyline's still making himself this little crawl hole between the laundry cupboard and the laundry room. Reinforce the other side for good measure. So, the attacking team, while Bibu's up and above, cracking into the attic already. And Rafael, once again, using that fantastic aim, has already picked up the first kill onto Lion, who was coming out a bit too aggressively in towards the main lobby. Let's take out the first ground trap of the round, and then we'll switch up onto the drone himself. Bibu has got Sangle's drone stuck in the wall here. He's trying to crack it open and free it for him. As they look to try and head over through the attic towards the other side of the site and the other side of the map.
There goes another trap.
Stiff has gone downstairs. Primal has also gone and joined down. And they have realized that having lost that one early Lion earlier on, it's time for them to go full turtle mode here, Epsilon. Stay down.
I think that's all 3 Capcat traps down there.
I think that's true. It's about Cap 2.
Bibu definitely fighting a lot.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser. Attackers have recovered their
Flashbangs go into the stairwell in case someone tries to push up and kill a Tumik. They won't, but the charge is going to go off. Now, Bibu looking down the stairs, hasn't actually seen that there's a frost trap right at the top of it. He didn't come far enough up when looking from below, and he's at this angle, won't see it either. Smoke grenades. Oh,
missed maybe.
One. Now he sees the frost trap. There we go. We'll get the second one to kill out that trophy system though. Looking to go down through the holes.
So far they've got a pretty strong attack.
Stiff looking up from the backside of laundry. Stasio in the back of the room is being taken out by a Twitch drone. Primal sitting underneath gets a great C4 onto Sangral. Sitting very aggressively up by this bomb is a spot that a lot of people don't expect, and it allows him to get the man that's going in towards that room. A little bit late with that shot, but Rafael got to be careful not to do it again. Tumik's ready for him, and Tumik will also just about survive the shot.
Reaction time there? Not quite.
Smoke's coming in. Comes upstairs, sees the backside of Bibu, does down, and they're also down one more in the teaching room, and he gets away with it and gets down again.
I don't know how he didn't get shot in the back there. They just didn't want to follow it up, I guess.
No, it sits up on the plant spot. Now with 10 seconds, they've got to come down here. They're going to try and drop. They do get dropped from Bibu, but Atumi will be immediately shot by the shotgun. Does get shot by Rafael in the back, though, but they don't have enough planters or time, and Epsilon will get themselves round number 2 and secure map number 1 after a lot of back and forth here against Supremacy. It's the first map Supremacy have lost all season. They've completely flawlessly 2-0'd every game up until this point. Epsilon finally rocked that boat and get themselves one in the map.
Very impressive play. I think maybe that break did help them.
Maybe so. They definitely felt more disciplined, definitely felt more composed in that game. And like, yes, it's rare and it's kind of crazy to do those kind of peeks up the stairs and to do what Valkyrie just did there and get away with it, but it really seemed to work. Having the confidence to do that, having 4 teammates still left alive underneath him. All right, I can peek up here, downing that second person, downing Bibu, making them waste more time when they revive, making them more time to getting downstairs, and then knowing that there's a shotgun waiting at the bottom of the stairs. Yeah. Force them to go through the drop, force them to go for a crazy push Supremacy, and they just get minced up.
Especially knowing you're dropping onto a shotgun. I mean, Twitch downing Bibu right there was really crucial, but you know, with like 2 seconds left, what are you going to do with that?
Yeah, exactly. So that is map number 1 in the books then for Epsilon. We will run to another break because, of course, all these remakes force another remake. As we come back, we'll be playing map number 2. It's going to be Clubhouse, if my memory serves me correctly. And we will, of course, double check and get it on in. But there's still a chance here for Supremacy to take that first spot. All they need is to draw this game. Epsilon have to keep this ball rolling, have to keep this victory coming if they want to keep any chance of taking the number 1 seed into playoffs. We'll see you in just a moment with the more games. Conclude right here.
We saw a good Clubhouse earlier. I'm hoping to see an equally good one this time.
Yeah, I mean, these, as we said, are the top 2 teams. Hopefully it should be a step up further, if nothing else, as it is Supremacy on attack first and Epsilon on defense.
Looks like Epsilon's running their Capcan Frost combo again. Seemed to work out pretty well as they did take the last map, so I mean, why change it, right?
Yep, and as you mentioned, the way it just slows down attackers, the fact it forces them to just take more time cleaning these traps out, is even better again on this map. We talked about how barbed wire does it well, and we're talking about now how these traps will, because how important the sequential timing attacking this basement is to attacking teams. that when one man has to stop and shoot a trap when the other guy don't necessarily not have to, can be the difference between a trade kill and a double kill. So
And we did see a lot of those last rounds come down to like the last couple seconds, so it was definitely paying off.
yep, that too. As we now wait for them to load in for a couple of seconds with all the operators locked in. We'll of course have that Blackbeard, no glass this time around, but that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I don't think that really did anything. I mean, it definitely did on Chalet. I mean, we definitely saw a few good glass plays on Chalet.
Yeah.
But a Clubhouse, just a waste versus Blackbeard. Kind of doubling up for no reason.
Yeah. Oh well.
Do have a pretty good loadout on attack here, though.
Yeah, still some very strong operators in there. We'll see how they get used. And of course, what the setup is for the defenders. Most of the time, it will just be the
Attackers need to
reinforcements
locate and
upstairs,
defuse
the
as many
trap
bombs
doors, and
as
then
they
everyone
can.
down. But these two teams have shown a lot of, especially Supremacy, a lot of love for the roamers. So we'll see if they try it at all.
We'll see where Capcan and Frost end up putting these traps here.
As it is Primal reinforcing the construction tunnel. Stiff doing one reinforcement here into gold, and then Stardew doing the ones into church. We'll see whether they go all 3 or 2. Lion and Skyline are the guys upstairs with these reinforcements. Stiff needing as much time as possible just to put his traps out.
10 seconds remaining.
Got all the good reinforced traps up.
5 seconds to insertion.
Upstairs as well.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers are moving out
So
to locate a
everyone
bomb
going
and
back
defuse
downstairs
it.
except for Lion.
Cheeky spawn kill.
Yeah. I think they're feeling a little confident after that last map win.
Yep, the Lion gets spotted up by Raphael's drone. He was ready for it. Looks like these guys know exactly how Lion plays it. I think they're heading back downstairs because the 2mix drone does just about survive and get back in towards the bar, but got to be cautious now as there is a Zephyr right next to him there at the spawn.
Good pre-fire. Didn't quite hit it.
Will get away to safety, neither of them really landing any damage whatsoever. Skyline now coming up. The next drone waiting there and don't back away. Lion is still playing close to it. Drone jumps on over. Killed out the second time.
A lot of drones going around from Supremacy, but a lot of them getting killed as well.
Laying down some smoke. Setting the welcome mat.
Bit of smoking down the stairs to take out, or try and take out the Jaeger system, but it doesn't go far enough. Cracks the floor instead to look at Lion waiting right underneath. Just took away the wrong second, but Lion will not land the shots, so she gets back the other way.
Probably could have kept firing through that floor there.
Instead, he runs to safety instead. As Thermite does start to crack open the floor, so we do see an aggressive start from Epsilon, but while none of the shots are landing, again, it is still wasting a lot of the attacking time here. Shock drone. A bottle of wine, and then sits on the edge, drop on through. Fail. Already thinking about and ready to shoot the man coming their way. But Supremacy are playing very disciplined inside these sites now, holding firm. Take out quick trophy system. It's going to help clearing grenades and pushing Valkyrie away. See, first piece of barbed wire go down.
Bomb located by attackers.
Another system.
Definitely making good use of that shock drone.
And making good use of Blackbeard there with the first kill onto Lion as he is at the bottom of the stairwell, firing in towards gold. Twitch continues going forward and is tagging Skyline. He doesn't want to turn away and deal with this drone because he's waiting for him to drop from bar. He's just going to keep pincing him down. There's the drop coming in, but Skyline still gets the kill, and he gets the second one as well.
And still finish him with the drone.
Not going to matter though, as Atomic and Sangor have taken Stiff and Starzio down, and now there it is. Quick comes in, Raphael again, he's so good with his Twitch. Picks up another kill as Sangor finishes Primal off deep inside B, and alright, you did great with your Frost Shotgun, but the rest of your team was crumbling around you. Sangor, what a flick.
Ironic that the person being Twitch drone shocked to death is still getting the more kills.
Yep. Just takes 3 or 4 shocks and just holds firm and is ready for the drop to come in, and then when it does,
Gotta give him credit for that focus. It's not easy to do.
every fiber of your body wants to turn around and shoot the annoying little drones at you. R2-D2.
Do you see a pretty normal defense coming up? Nothing crazy?
No, but Supremacy being a round up, it's going to help them out nicely as they head on in.
Was this Supremacy's map pick?
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Yeah, you can see why.
Yeah, they had a great job. I mean, to be fair though, more of that attack there wasn't so much just outplayed as it was just out-aimed.
Yeah, all those whiffed shots on all those aggressive pushes really
Yeah.
did not help in their favor.
Like Frost died because she ran out of ammo, and then Raphael just had all the time in the world to line up a good shot.
Plus
But
low
then
HP.
Blackbeard picking up 2 very important kills through that corridor onto Lion as one, and then that last kill at the end was a beautiful little flick. And they all did come from very similar directions and whatnot. It was just, yeah,
10 seconds to
they had
insertion.
2 or 3 bullet bursts, and they were getting kills with them rather than a lot of
5
spray
seconds
required
left.
by the defending team. So we'll see whether it can continue it through, or if
Attackers
it gets
recover
better
the
for
diffuser.
Epsilon.
Attackers must
All the
locate
reinforcements
and
done
defuse the
upstairs.
bomb.
We are getting a full... Yeah, just 2 reinforcers here by Supremacy and towards church. We've got another reinforced on generator.
Seems like they're running a little late on this defense, just now grabbing armor with some of
Yeah.
them.
What were you doing to take up all that time, boys? They are then all staying downstairs as well, so
Yeah, they don't even
they've
have
got the
traps.
time. Bibu, well, you're obviously running around to drop cameras about, checking every single one.
Deploying ADS.
Cautious of kitchen. Sangrel's underneath it.
Looks like the attack is coming from that direction anyways.
Yeah, the attack is just droning right now. Just reposition his barbed wire a little bit further into the room, make sure there's less of an overlap. Still checking the cameras and looking at where they may be coming from, which is going to begin as kitchen. Starzio on top of the trapdoor, just waiting for Thermite to blow it. A Sledge will head down the front stairs with his trusty little drone in tow to check out where and what is safe. Now he throws a grenade into the kitchen to blow up right above this gold hole. It's exactly where smoke was, but smoke is now long gone. The hole has been made.
Now that they've got that open there, he definitely can't sit there anymore.
Starzio then starts to crack open the door.
Seems like a pretty disciplined attack here.
Drones up and
Not sure what the defense is doing to actually counter it.
Through that hole, Sangler though dashes away and gets out safely. Heads around the corner, will immediately regret that as the shots come rattling past, but it doesn't take too much damage, so it's okay. Minute on the clock in the attacking team, while they have blown open a couple of trapdoors, haven't really made any kind of progress into actually attacking the defenders right now. IQ going to drop on in, pushing towards church, which has now been completely reinforced.
And now it's electrified.
Right up. Smoke charge is going out. Raphael will pick up the first kill. It's onto Primal, so that's the Sledge down. There's a lot of players inside this bar now. One of them is Blackbeard though, so that should help the attacking squad. Raphael still watching blue. Zephyr very close and very prone, gets right underneath the shield already. Looking now for Skyline who's coming in. Skyline will be ready for him, takes him out under the table though, but now the shotgun's going to push forward. Bibu going aggressively on towards Thermite, takes him low but not enough as Lion is picking up a kill of his own onto Raphael. Lion there inside the blue corridor. Starts spraying at him. C4 goes up and over the top and won't touch a soul over that
Attackers
mate.
have dropped the bomb diffuser.
Sangro
15
takes out
seconds
Stiff though.
remaining.
There's the Thermite going down behind him as well, and now it's all onto
10 seconds
Lion.
remaining.
He comes on in behind them. He didn't know this is where he was. He picked up the first kill on a 2-mic, but Sangro is now still in
5
here.
seconds
He's
to
also
go.
going to get the diffuser and
Bomb
try and kill
located
out
by
Bibu.
attackers.
Stands straight up. Bibu is there, and Raphael will actually get a battery kill on Skyline as he was prone next to the wall. Edges on over, kills himself to the battery.
That was
What a
nice of
beautiful
him.
kill cam.
Yeah. I think it was another situation where Bibu made a huge impact on that. Just holding that site, getting the diffuser down, guarding it.
Yep. Supremacy playing very disciplined play there, allowing them to force the timer down and force a rush out of Epsilon.
I think they got a good setup on that attack, ready to make that push in. But then once they did, I think they just didn't know where a lot of the defenders were to be able to pre-fire that. And then getting in situations where the shotgun's really close range, they just couldn't pull off that actual push.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. Maybe they wasted too many of their drones early on.
Maybe so. And they just,
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
well, one of the two. As it is, Epsilon are back into the basement for the next defensive hold. Running the same operators they did over around the first time.
See if they can get their defense up a little quicker than Supremacy.
Yeah, you say that, but it's not like it hurt Supremacy in any way.
No, definitely not. I think they were ready to sit still once they had it set up.
Yeah.
Not like Epsilon trying to run out and do weird peeks.
Yes. Don't think we'll see Lion try and do that again, knowing that he knows the enemy team is expecting it.
Yeah.
I've seen him try it once. They know he's got a tendency for it. That's why they were ready for it in that first place. So I think give it another shot. Skyline and Lion then finishing the trapdoor reinforcements up top and thinking about repositioning elsewhere. Lion, they're actually going to stay. Creeping in behind the bar here.
Attackers have recovered their
He has
diffuser.
found whether or not he can stand up and cause a nuisance of himself here. Remember, of course, if he can kill Thermite, it'll be a big deal for the defending team, but he gets droned down and does dash attack back up down the stairs instead. Just stay close, depending on the drones and where they watch him. Darts a little way down and then comes back up after the drone camera has completely stopped. Raphael droning into kitchen would have seen Lion in the stairwell. He is spraying towards Zephyr, but again, nothing lands, and Zephyr gets away before chasing him back down the stairwell again.
Supremacy's really pushing back a lot of the defense by using these drones. They get the roamers up there, but then they all get pushed out by the drones.
So here's the trapdoor break behind him. He does now know that it is from Valkyrie's, right? Valkyrie's shots start rattling through towards Sangral. Sangral takes a bit of a beating, but nothing too serious. Stiff tries to come up and help him take a beating himself. Tries to drop in. Primal gets taken out with a nice easy headshot from Sangral. And suddenly there are only 3 defenders left up. Bibu there behind Raphael, who's trying to pressure down the stairs onto Jaeger, but again, neither of them can deal the killing blow. Lion's cautious and edges back into Bar Dropper.
Important thing to box.
Is trying to thermite charge above his head, and they do get it off, get it away. And he will be to safety.
Epsilon making some kills here.
Yep, Stasio getting the first kill of the round for Epsilon. It is right in deep from the B stock room towards the lounge.
There comes another drone. They're definitely getting them.
A line waiting for someone to come around the corner. It's going to be Sangral. Lion still sprinting around in church, making as much noise as he can. Head up towards this bar dropper. Lion still waiting for Sangral. Stasio comes around and, well, it's not going to matter now. Sledge is there to deal with him. Zephyr picking up another kill for himself. Lion underneath this trapdoor sees the drone come in. Gets droned out. Gonna have to reposition. They see him reposition.
He's not going to have a lot of places he can go. Whiffs those shots.
So now he's getting completely blinded. Skyline's still waiting for one man, but Sangral's just waiting for him too. He's pinning him in the corner. Lion is incredibly low on now in 25 seconds. Diffuser is still in Twitch's hands. He gets one kill. It is on Twitch.
Attackers drop the diffuser.
There's a second kill. The shotgun takes Ash down.
15 seconds
Around
to
the
go.
corner, pre-fires into Sledge, but Sledge now has one teammate left
10
standing.
seconds remaining.
He's going to have to get that
recovered the
diffuser
bomb
down
diffuser.
pretty quick here.
Frost is inside B. He's going to try and go
5
through the
seconds
barbed wire and get into A. Does start the plant. Skyline is inside B. Sangral, though, right at the end of the corridor, gets him as he vaults on over. It came down very close to the wire there for Supremacy, but the job is done. A little bit hairy, especially as he nearly walks into a frost trap before planting that diffuser.
That would have not helped his plan.
No, but
I have to say that
Blackbeard is there to cover his back.
they running those so many roamers, you know, helped in terms of burning off a lot of their time, but they lost a lot of guys and had to do a lot of running away from drones there. I hope Epsilon will consider playing a little bit more on site for the next defensive round, as it just isn't paying off for them having that many people off site.
Yeah. So 3 rounds to nothing. Supremacy did not seem happy with taking that last game to overtime. They did only lose it 6 rounds to 4, but they are coming back with a vengeance now. 3-0. And now they're on to defending the bar and the stock room. Judging from the way Raphael's been shooting today, this could be quite an explosive bomb
Attackers
site.
need to locate
Especially from the way Lion's been shooting this round.
And 2. We do now see set up. They do crack that hole between bomb sites. And then set up. Some
Attackers
teams
have
now
discovered
remember,
the location of a bomb.
some teams will set up defenses inside strip club and play in there. Some teams will play inside the pool table room and actually just the B side itself, the A side itself rather. That does seem to be Supremacy's strategy, and it is, I must admit, my preferred one.
Yeah.
Yet to see a team successfully hold strip club well.
Up and running. Deployed wire.
It's more that teams fail at attacking it than it is.
Bomb
in itself.
located by
Looks
attackers.
like they're reinforcing
10
some
seconds left
interesting walls over
before
there where
insertion.
Bibu is. Just trying to keep him
5
from
seconds
getting into
left.
this area.
Yep, just stopping that sideline from garage in towards the B site.
Attackers have
Something
recovered their
Thermite
diffuser.
would still probably
Attackers
blow
are
open and
heading
do,
out to
but
defuse a
it's
bomb.
nice. Maybe they're going to go and play inside B. We've got no barbed wire in the doorway. Someone could get in there and surprise him. We'll see. Sangor setting up the other reinforcement from Garage, and Lion has already got very close. Window is open and he's got straight on in. He might catch Sangor here. On his way back across, Zephyr fires a couple of shots into the doorway. Lion edges in. Rafael's cracking the hole open a bit further than
Gave away his
was
position
expecting.
now.
He's there. Clears out the garage though. That allows Starzio to come on in. They will take out the camera.
Yeah, we'll get their Blackbeard in, make this push a little stronger.
Bibu inside B is already taking a lot of damage here. Starzio gone back on outside. Lion is now going to edge further forward. Rafael is right there on the corner, and that's a great shot from Lion. Not off to a good start. Attacking this B side. Smoke charges coming out from Sangor. And another one there will continue locking Lion in this side, but coming out this early on, there's still 2 minutes to play with. And all these charges are getting used up. Sangor now hits him coming around the corner, but he will get a good shot out.
Nice.
Just a little bit too elevated for the headshot. Bibu though, still inside B. Has to reposition a little way. Starzio off and across towards the strip club then. Firing in towards Bibu as he tries to rotate out of the B site. Meanwhile, they've downed a Tumik who was there underneath the strip club table. Primal with the man with that kill from the stairs upstairs. Skyline thermiting the dropper in from Jim. Steve still out front. Starzio still in the strip club, firing in over the pool table to where prone Bibu is trying to edge further forward and become to a useful spot. But of course, this shotgun makes it tough to do.
So he's setting up an exit there. If they can manage to take him out, though, this defense is probably going to collapse.
Thing is, do they know where Zephyr is? Yes, they definitely do with that grenade. Pushes it down, it pushes him backwards, and he actually walks into the grenade and gets pummeled in the face by Sledge. He and then gets Bibu as well, and suddenly Sangor now has to find 4 people coming around the corner. The SMG-11 misses it. Primal can't get that kill. Stiff coming out to his left, and it will be the first round on the board then for Epsilon. Forcing the Supremacy attention towards the right-hand side, towards the B bomb site, pulling everyone that way. Switching it up at the last second and moving back across the way, and then getting everyone that tries to rotate back. Really nicely played by Epsilon.
That's a good strategy. Now if they can keep up this momentum, make this an interesting tie match.
It's going to be a tough way to keep up the momentum when we get our first Supremacy disconnect of the night. At 3 rounds to 1 then in favor of Supremacy. We will have to back out, go to another break and remake this lobby, come back in a moment. So round number 4 is where we're at. 5 will be the one that's about to get played, and well, Supremacy had a great start. They had good attacks. They had a strong hold of the basement. They did lose it when it came to the bar and the stockroom. We'll find you in just a moment, guys, with round number 5 and the continuation of this game.
It started again.
Tell me.
A new program, Iron Hand. It's even worse than before.
My God, that's Jason Bourne.
Hold on!
I know everything. He has to be put down.
The next bullet's in your head!
Rated PG-13.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are still waiting on one player from each team to rejoin the lobby, but we are almost ready to go and continue this game. It is Clubhouse. It is 3 rounds to 1 in favor of Supremacy. Epsilon are on to defense. They are going to hold what I suspect will be the bar and church downstairs, because they still yet to successfully do this.
They've got to change up what they're doing then.
Yeah,
This
they got to
point.
figure something else out. They did just successfully attack the bar stockroom upstairs, the second defense location from Supremacy, and they did it very, very easily, to be completely honest.
It was a bit of a surprise compared to the previous attack round.
Yeah, considering how we talk about how Xbox teams don't like the range game, they prefer the smaller maps, we get rid of the bank, and we get rid of the big ones. They played that bomb site with range, and they used the range and abused it very, very well. They're using their ACOGs, using their Blackbeards, and firing across the entire bar to get those kills. And it worked out very nicely for them after drawing everyone from Supremacy up towards B and then killing them on the way back.
Especially trapping Bibu kind of in the middle of the bar,
Yeah.
in a place where that shotgun could be used super effectively.
Yeah, exactly. And well, while we wait for the last Supremacy player to come on in, he is the final player left in the lobby. We got to look at how can Epsilon translate that success down into their now basement defense, because it goes straight back to being the close quarters, scrappy battles, which Supremacy were just dominating them on, which allowed them to pick up those first 3 rounds, allowed them to secure that.
I mean, I think it'd be nice if they could make those roams work, but clearly the droning by Supremacy is just too good for them to actually. They keep getting pushed back every time they get droned. You see Lion out there trying to make a move, getting pushed back, trying to make a move, getting pushed back. It's just not working for them, and I think they need to at least play 4-man on site this time to make it work.
It's also one of these bomb sites which you can't cover with 2 people like you can in the Oregon basement. So while Supremacy are running a 3-man roam on Oregon, that's fine there, but on here, those 2 players would not be able to hold this basement enough. So you run 3-man roam, you get, all right, we found 3 people around here, oh, we'll just rush the bomb site.
Yeah.
Free site. So you have to keep people played downstairs, and then that means the roam game is not going to work your way, and yeah, you're out of ideas and you're a bit stuck as Epsilon. So.
Yeah, I think Epsilon's just hoping to get a few lucky picks and take down Supremacy's momentum and then play back to site. But they've just been whiffing too many shots on that. Like they try and make that work. They either whiff the shots or get droned out early, and it's just not happening for them.
No, so we'll see if they got something new in their mind. They've of course been running a heavy trap lineup with Capcan and Frost and everything on this end, but none of them really making any kind of impact. Maybe we see some different placements from them. Maybe we'll see them trying to either straight up use them to actually kill people this time, put them closer to sites, force them to slow the attackers down rather than leave them out and spread out. Like Capcan, we've seen going and put them in weird-ass doorways and entranceways, and it's never really working.
No.
How about keep them close to the bomb site so that when they come to these fast, these scrappy, these aggressive pushes in, they either have to stop and shoot the trap or they're going to run straight through it.
That's actually worked out the best for them on Oregon. Is they've really been able to use these traps and their other strategies to push like Supremacy back to like a very fast rush at the end. And in doing so, the traps pay off a lot more. You saw some of those bear traps even come out on some of those plants, them being able to push back with smoke and things like that a little bit. So if they can just play it on site, put the traps on site, they know where the Supremacy is mostly going to approach from, right? There hasn't been any construction pushes, really. They've been pushing for the motorcycle church and from the normal hallway. And so if they can just play their traps off that, I think they could make this happen and at least get 1 more point.
Yep, I think you're right, so we'll see. And as we do keep mentioning, Supremacy only need 1 map here to secure the first place seed for the Europe when it comes to the playoffs. Epsilon need to win both of them to continue this going, but as we stand, Epsilon have already made history in the sense that they are the first team to have ever taken a map off Supremacy, having got that first map 6 rounds to 4 in overtime. They are currently, as you can see, undefeated there from Supremacy, completely locked and loaded right out in front. Vitality close up now at 12 points after having gained 3 from what we saw at the start of the day, so that's just confused my maths a little bit. They do, of course, though, gain a... Actually, yeah, sorry. 3 of those points came from today, so yes, they have a game over Supremacy. That is why. So yes, my math still stands. Supremacy can't be touched, providing they get 1 point out of this. All Vitality could get would be 3 points from next week, if they're lucky, and that would still mean not enough to get a Supremacy.
Well, let's hope Epsilon can pull it back here, take this map off of them, and actually put a dead to the champion and Make it more interesting towards the end.
Which, to be fair, I think is a good thing if you're a Supremacy fan, right? We saw Vitality last season go completely undefeated the entire way through. They did drop one map right at the end. They went to playoffs and they just got rolled on over and they were just completely awful. Get a team that have been great on season and unstoppable all season, give them a couple of defeats in the last couple of weeks, shape them up a little bit, put them back on the right track, get them, all right, we're not untouchable, we can be beaten, let's train hard, let's focus harder, get them, make sure that doesn't happen in playoffs, especially after seeing it already happen to Vitality once. Come out to playoffs and still be that really good team, that untouchable team, and take these victories their way.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise, like you said, they go to the LAN and they're just not as prepared because the other teams, you know, maybe spend that extra time studying what they did, and those haven't been beaten, so they don't have a way to adapt.
Yeah, exactly. They're just like, all right, well, we did this every time and no one ever did anything
It
against
worked.
it, so we can't then fight against what they did against it. Now someone's going to come out and bring something that they've studied and practiced for ages, and you, oh crap, panic, and fall asleep.
Especially if the NA teams are prepared for it as well that they haven't played against.
Yeah, exactly. So the NA to EU meta is still a bit all over the place, but we do finally have all our players back in, and let's go. It is 3 rounds to 1 in favor of Supremacy. They are now on to attack. Epsilon defending the basement level here. They're defending the church and the arsenal. Can they actually do it this time?
I hope
That's
so.
the key point.
Otherwise,
there is, of course, I mean, there's a chance they do choose somewhere different. They don't have to go down there.
That's true.
It's just the most common selection and arguably the best selection if you can actually hold it.
We see a pulse this time. I wonder if they're going to use that to try and get that kitchen drop, keep that secure.
Yeah. Let's wait and see then as they do begin to unfold.
Pretty standard attack here that they've been playing most of the time. Nothing too crazy. No glazes, obviously.
Yeah, nothing
They
too
aren't
surprising there.
playing with the cap cam, but they are still pulling out the frost, though.
Bringing the pulse instead. Maybe they're going to go for some kind of through the floor C4 action.
Yeah, either maybe the stairs or the
It doesn't have to be
drop.
the kitchen, but the stairs could be a big deal this time around. I mean, you had Lion playing aggressively up there earlier. You were locking people in. You know they're going to try and sledge the floor or ash the floor or something to shove him away. Well, how about bait them into doing that? Get them back with a C4 or something. We'll see what their plan is, because we'll load in just a moment and continue on through. It's also, I mean, straight up, even if you don't try any through the C4s, through the floor C4 action and whatnot, just having that extra shotgun downstairs may be the difference in what it takes. So we mentioned they weren't landing important shots, weren't getting enough rounds pumped into the Supremacy attackers when they were using automatic weapons. Maybe they can do a better job with these shotguns instead.
Maybe Lion should switch to the shotgun. Try and do some more close range. Doesn't seem to be landing the headshots with the carbine.
Yeah, I mean, I'd hope he has another operator that can use a shotgun, because using the M870 would not be a good choice.
Very close range.
But we'll
Attackers
see.
need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Their defensive setup down here in the basement with obviously the armor setups and the camera placements beginning from Primal. Making a couple of holes then in towards gold, namely right here, so they won't be reinforcing this wall. So you're going to get the reinforcements from the church towards the stairs. Upstairs they go then. Lion and Skyline going to do the reinforcements after placing a little bit of barbed wire on the stair itself. Primal going to do reinforcements in the construction tunnels. They're going to make quite a few holes in
5
from
seconds
church to
Yeah,
blue.
they want to use a lot of kill holes rather than reinforcements at this point.
I mean, I like
Attackers
kill
recover
holes
the
into blue,
diffuser.
but you should always
Attackers'
have a
objective is to
reinforcement or two
locate
in
a
there as
bomb
well
and
to
defuse
give
it.
the person that's on the other side of the kill hole something to hide behind when they run out of ammo.
Especially when Blackbeard just pounding through there usually.
And again, we're putting barbed wire very deep up this tunnel and very low down this tunnel, so you don't actually have anything on the corner, which is where you really want them slowed down. An easy target. So we'll see if that comes in the way we might see Sus do it. Okay. It's keeping it as it is. So there it is, Lion is on this stairwell, edging up. Zephyr coming to the same doorway he did before. The two of them going to be looking for one way or the other. Zephyr just about keeps his head intact as Lion does not land the important shot and doesn't land any damage, to be fair, just takes some to the face instead. Runs back away, is cautious not to shoot the frost trap, but means the drone survives.
Drone probably called out that frost trap too now.
Yeah, Bibu then does go in and above, starts spraying down on the floor, and he does get Lion in the head, just blindly spraying down.
Good kill.
Important kill for Supremacy. Now they can start cracking holes in floors of kitchen as well. And Stiff is nowhere even close, so he's not going for any kind of pulse C4 floor action.
Just running with that shotgun for now.
Skyline is there underneath the doorway himself now in case someone else tries to come on through this way, but Supremacy not in any rush to do that yet now that they saw it clear earlier on. Gonna start cracking open the floors in the bar with these with the thermite charges.
Located by attackers.
Still just watching this doorway. Stiff with a crawl hole in towards help his team. Starzio very aggressively up this corridor, and Primal just comfortably waiting in the slightly unexpected corner from Bar Dropper. Fail though, droning in with the Twitch drone. Actually looks the other way. Now it's turns around, will get an easy kill.
Hopefully they realize that they've mostly been doing a lot of church drops and pushing the hallway stairs. So they're in a lot of places where that Supremacy just hasn't been attacking generally.
Primal took a lot of damage there from these grenades through the hole. Raphael has now come down. We've already seen how great he can be with this Twitch shotgun, but Abibu's in there too. Primal does a lot of damage to Ash, but can't finish her off. Raphael still firing through, sprints in, and Starzio with Stiff will help out. Stiff giving one kill, Skyline grabbing one as well, but they are down to just one attacking player. Skyline finishing Sangral off as they came down the stairs. It is all on Zephyr. He's got to find 3.
Just got to play it tight on defense at this point.
Yeah, Supremacy just trying to sprint
Attackers
into
have
the meat
located a
grinder.
bomb.
Skyline comes around the corner. He does get down here by those shots. Will not finish him off, but they cannot get to him anyway. He's got 25 seconds here. Zephyr's got to make some kind of move. Looking down through and above, does finish Skyline off from there, but now Stiff is in church.
That burned a lot of time.
Starzio's at the back of blue.
15 seconds remaining.
Drops on in. Stiff is going to be behind the bomb. Zephyr's looking to come around
10
the corner. Has to
seconds
keep his eyes on his first blast. Comes off. Second blast will be enough, and
Attackers
Starzio is
eliminated.
actually already there. 3 rounds to 2. Epsilon finally figured it out and will be able to hold the basement against Supremacy here. Nice rotate from Starzio to make sure he can help out there.
Well, they did play at least 4 on site that time, and I hope they realize that paid off, whereas that Lion trying to push out still backfired.
So, but now Epsilon are going to have to go upstairs for another round of defense next time. It's still 3 rounds to 2. Supremacy, if they hold this basement here, will be on map point at 4 rounds to 2. And then, as we saw, they got to attack the bar, and that's not a difficult task.
Yeah, that's definitely their stronger point. They've just got to figure out how to make this whole basement thing work.
Attackers need to
I'd like to see a
locate
little
and
bit more
defuse as
pinching
many
action
bombs
happen
as
this
they
time. Once they get into those close quarter battles, it seems like Supremacy is just taking them down quick, so they're going to have to use some of these long ranges. You know, last time we saw Clubhouse, in the previous matches, we saw a lot of fights over the motorcycle drop hallway. Not a lot of that going on this time. It's mostly about that church drop.
We get a lot of players again upstairs from the defending team here. Most of them setting up cameras and doing reinforces and running around. Jaeger heading off towards the
10 seconds left.
up. Zephyr, what you got in mind? Just drone hunting
5
coming back
seconds to
now then.
insertion.
We'll head towards the stairs and go downstairs. This team are already also
Attackers
back
have
down on
recovered
the
their
floor
diffuser.
below.
Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb and defuse
Just
it.
finishing up their last little bits of defense. Wrapping things up.
They are going to stay all 5
Settling
on
in.
site.
Yep, staying downstairs.
Do see a construction push happening though, which is good. I'm glad they're changing things up, trying to pinch from another side. If this is the only place they push from, it's not going to work, but they are just using Blackbeard, so this could really work out in their favor as long as they coordinate it well with the other guys.
Yeah, he's coming in very slowly from this way too. He doesn't need to give his position away for a long time yet.
Yeah,
Just needs to be here when his team are positioning.
a little greedy. Unless he's just trying to kind of fake him out while the other guys come, but not going to be able to get a lot out of that right now.
Well, while he's doing this, Twitch is coming in from the pit.
That's good.
Here, as she does drop a shock drone in after that. Ash charge is going to break out both her drone and the barbed wire. Not the best of communication from me to the side. Tumik, though, has got to stay down and cautious now because Lion, of course, has made himself known to be in the construction tunnel. Primal's drone comes down and we'll give the information about Raphael waiting here
Attackers
in
recovered
the
bomb
tunnel.
diffuser.
Atomic's going to have to watch himself. You know, it did give himself away early, but now Atomic can't watch both sides.
He's taking a half health in damage there as his feet were shown through that hole. Raphael also taking about half health in damage too. Starzio loses out another drone.
Attackers
If they
have
can
dropped
just
the
open
bomb
up the
diffuser.
kitchen floor a little bit, I
Attackers
think they can
recovered
make
the
this work a little bit better.
Raphael getting taken out by Lion from behind. It's a good shot, but they don't know he's down, so they're a bit cautious. Just see him vanish. Stiff stands upstairs. Will reposition around Stiff. Ryan, we're going to drop down in, goes around with his SMG-11 and the laser on it, gets on one kill, but will reposition around and die as he comes back around from Generator. Bibu getting that kill. Tumik pinned on the inside as Lion's now going to peek in from Construction Tunnel. Gets Sangrel down. That's a bonus because he was looking for the Rook. Zephyr picked off Skyline in the sights. Now 3 attackers against 2 defenders. It's a nice different push here coming in. There we go. Tumik around the corner and he's picked up with ease by Blackbeard. Zephyr now pushed off deep within the stairs. Finds the diffuser down. Stiff now in the back left-hand corner. Will get spotted by Zephyr, but the shots don't land. He will land some of his own. Stiff with a great shot. Lion going to come around and join him, and he's got that shield to deal with, but he doesn't need it. Stiff with a quick headshot will put Epsilon level 3 rounds to 3, and they have definitely figured out how to deal with this Supremacy team.
That was definitely a much better push. They pushed from multiple sides. They picked off people, cleared the armory room, and then just took it and planted. Like once they had that cleared out, like there wasn't a lot that the other team could do to be able to actually push it back.
So,
but we do see the Capcan coming back out.
Comeback is on. Epsilon now having to go upstairs though to the bar and the stock room. Can they continue this comeback streak from defending up here?
I don't think the Capcan's going to be as useful in this particular situation, but as we said before, their ability to slow down Supremacy has really paid off most of the time when they've been able to do it, forcing that last-minute rush that Supremacy a lot of times hasn't been able to pull off.
I think
protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
the benefit we're going to get from Capcan in here is less so for the traps, and more so for the fact that he is incredibly strong and incredibly hard to move because of his 3 armor. He's also got a really accurate weapon despite the range, so he can still be used quite a distance if needed. And yeah, you can just be left alone around the A side of the site and that side. And just sit there and be an immovable object for a little while this team rotate across to help him if needed. But we'll see. But yeah, you're definitely right. The traps are far less of an impact here than they will be when downstairs.
You never know, maybe that's what'll catch him off guard, right? They won't be
maybe
expecting it.
Yep. He is doing these reinforcements up here in Strip Club. We talked about it a couple of times as maybes.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers
Maybe that's kind of funneled them a little bit more towards the traps.
Skyline also setting up some reinforcements there, so it does look like Epsilon are going to try hard to defend within the Strip Club. Raphael is coming close to it. We've also got Bibu repelling up top. Lion looking out towards the spawn here at the warehouse, but there's no one even close to over there. Do you see Skyline rotate back in from the fourth table room, from the Strip Club to the table. Stiff now the lone man inside there. As upstairs, Supremacy are pushing aggressively onto the floor above.
And I've set it up so that they're really going to need Thermite to be able to make a lot of pushes and angles work here. So if they can take out Thermite early or make him waste his Thermite charge on something not super critical, they may be able to hold this a lot easier.
Epsilon staying very fluid within the site. Lots of players just edging back and forth between either bomb location, looking for where is the best spot to be for when this attack is coming through. Sangrel spotted a couple of people. Zephyr coming in from the basement is going to be behind Lion here. Lion not quite sure about it. Zephyr coming off. Now to his drone again as he doesn't see where Lion went. C4's in towards the bar. They're doing a lot of damage as Zion comes straight up onto him. There it is, first kill for the defending team. Epsilon kicking us off.
I think Lion's a little bit better on that MP7.
Yeah. Zephyr under the bar dropper then. There, in case anyone tries to push through and use it to escape. You do that, crack open, stock room door. Lion comes out, picks up the kill onto a Tumik and gets away with his life and most of his health intact.
They're definitely picking away at the attackers. I mean, I will give Lion this. When he plays his bandit, he's able to pull off these more aggressive defense. Although, as I say that,
he tries
himself.
Yeah, but that was a bit crazy. Primal taking a lot of damage inside B from Raphael, and it does look like Supremacy are going to pressure this site as their main pressure. Zephyr from the basement does stand up and get stiff, and as he's trying to rotate. Sanguino heading up towards the roof. Raphael fell back.
It is a 3-on-3, but they've only got like about 30 seconds left, so.
Coming out. If he does see if he gets this shot off, he's going to down him. Oh, he missed it. Oh, he landed that one. Okay, but he had a little bit more health than he needed. He's got one more. He's going to drop down towards the basement, though. It does give the sight up. Rafael comes across, but Zephyr's been taken out by Starzio. Now the diffuser is in Sangor's hands, and he's gonna have to put it down to try and plant. He's taking a lot of damage here from the far
10
side.
seconds remaining.
Shot in the back.
Not gonna have enough
Sangor
time.
actually shoots Starzio. They need to get the plant down really, really fast. He's putting it down. Rafael is looking for the next man, but Bibu comes in. Skyline and Primal, sorry.
Operators, you are out of time.
Primal comes back up from outside.
That's what you do when they're desperate for a plant. Push in with 2 shotguns from both sides.
As soon as they finish, he actually came off the planter to go out of time, but regardless, the shotgun push from either side was enough. Rafael could only watch one direction at once, and Primal getting down through that trapdoor allowed him to come up from the garage and get round behind Blackbeard and put the match point back into Epsilon's hands. They are now 4 rounds to 3.
Hopefully they don't get a little bit cocky on this.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a good comeback. I mean, it seems like maybe they've learned that some of the stuff they were doing wasn't working, changed up a bit, and I think it's really paying off.
That round, more or less, has got to be single-handedly credited to Lion.
Yeah, that's why I gotta give. If he could just stick on that MP7 and stop playing with the carbine, I think they could really keep this solid.
We'll see now how Supremacy put this round, because it went from being 1 round away from match point to now being 1 round to force overtime.
It's gotta put a little bit of dent in Supremacy's psyche after losing, their very first match, last map, and now suddenly losing a lot of ground on this one.
Yeah. The worst thing is, as we mentioned, if they lose this game completely, Vitality win next week, they're going to be drawing on points.
10 seconds.
It's gotta put a little fear in them.
There's
Hopefully,
a little bit of maths to be done, which I'm not going to do right now, which could end up meaning
5 seconds
Vitality actually takes 2nd place. If Epsilon were to then also win next week, they would
Attackers
get-
recover the diffuser.
there's a chance.
Attackers objective is to locate a bomb.
It's their playoff spot. It's a small chance, but there is a chance.
Attackers drop.
that's gotta put the fear god into Supremacy here. Then hopefully they'll play it very safe and tight, and not give up a lot of ground.
Attackers
They
have
realise
recovered
it,
their
yeah,
diffuser.
hopefully so. Primal then very aggressively already inside through the stock room. There while the reinforcers are still going on, but I like the idea. Supremacy have been very late with their reinforcers so far.
Yeah, play off that.
They begin to blow that open already. Now he's heading to the bar and will be the escort here for Thermite.
Stay clear of the blast.
Looks like they want to play faster rather than just droning and just sending the guy in.
Drone activated.
Skyline above this trapdoor now that they've blown it open is looking down for Rafael. They know where he is. Droned it.
Hopefully they can
Flashback
follow
gonna
that
go
up.
down, but the trophy systems are there, so he's just hopefully gonna throw another one to end. Oh, he's already used 3. That's enough to stop. It's the grenades can come in. It will go off and force Rafael to move. He's gonna drop straight in and get behind it. There we go.
Nice.
Primal with the
Good
kill.
pinch.
Coming to the next side, looking for one more, and it is a 2-mix. He can get that headshot. And stands up looking for Sangor, but he takes a beasting to the face this time around. Bibu has taken Stiff down. Sangor though gets Skyline, who tries to come in behind, but Zephyr's now the next focus from Primal, and he does down him. Finishes him off. Saw Sangor can do anything about it. Now we've got Lion pinned in the tunnel. He's come through. Sangor is close on his right hand side. He's going to come straight around, doesn't see him through the smoke though.
Smoke pays off.
Attackers activating diffuser.
Stands on up, Blackbeard
Diffuse.
shield is there. Bibu's coming from the corridor. Bibu will be down. It's now all on Sangor. He's got around to the right hand side, but most of the shots are hitting the shield. Epsilon, this is all on here. Sangor has to die, and he does. Starzio with the 2 last kills of the round, and Epsilon have taken it. 2nd map, 5 rounds to 3, securing themselves 3 points from this matchup and keeping their dream alive